Have you ever been cheated by a person on whom you trusted the most? You put your time, energy, emotions, everything in a relationship. You trusted them, made plans, shared dreams of the future. But one day it turns out that they were stabbing you in the back. That pain goes straight to the heart. You feel cheated, insulted, and the worst, disconnected from yourself. Trust me, I have felt this too. Let me share a real story. I had a friend, Mark. He had a long-term relationship. They used to plan vacations, dream of marriage and the future. They even decided on baby names. Then one day Mark found out that the girl was involved with someone else for months. What was his first reaction? Obviously, confronting, getting angry, asking for answers. But there is a twist here. What if I say, in such moments, the most powerful response is silence, neither revenge nor drama. Just understand your own value and walk away with dignity. Point 1. Silence is strength, not weakness. When you are cheated, you feel like shouting, justifying, or hurting them. But when you remain silent, your silence gives them a message. Think about it. When you argue, you plead, you show them how much they have hurt you. But when you remain silent, you keep the power in your hands. Mark did the same. He didn't say a word. His ex kept sending texts. Why aren't you reacting? Say something. But Mark remained silent, and his silence moved the girl inside. Because silence is a mirror. It compels them to face their own actions. This principle was also said by Marcus Aurelius. You have control over your mind, not over external events. Realize this and you will find strength. The key to your peace is only you. When you remain silent, you are saying that my peace, my dignity, is not for sale. Point 2. Why do they need your reaction? When someone cheats on you or betrays you, guilt eats them inside. But guilt is very clever. It tries to shift the blame. Your ex doesn't want your forgiveness. They want a reason to make them feel better. They will argue. They will start a debate. Because they want your pain to be a justification for them. Think of it like a courtroom. If the defendant is standing, but the plaintiff doesn't come, how will the case run? The courtroom is silent and their guilt is standing in front of them, unchallenged. That's what they can't stand. That's why they ask you for a reaction, so that they can justify their guilt. But your silence doesn't give them that comfort. They yearn for closure, and you don't give them that luxury. Months later, his ex accepted that his silence was more hurtful than a fight or a shouting. She used to think every day, does Mark hate me? What's going on in his mind? She herself imagined worst-case scenarios in her mind, and that's the power of silence. Their imagination becomes your biggest weapon. Point 3. Don't give them a lifeline. When you speak, whether in anger or in pain, you give them a grip. They can use your words to justify, to shift the blame, or to show themselves as a victim. Don't give them that favor. Your words become their life jacket, and your silence leaves them in the middle of the sea. Let me ask you something. Did someone ever misunderstand your silence? Did you think you were judging them? Or are you more angry than they actually were? This is human nature. When something is not clear, a person imagines worse than his mind. A cheater will think that you are thinking the worst about him, even if you are busy healing yourself. A psychology study also proved this. Uncertainty creates more anxiety than even the truth. So when you keep quiet, you force them to deal with themselves. Their guilt, their choices, their consequences, everything is left with them. And that punishment is much more powerful than any argument. Point 4. The cleanest revenge. Revenge is tempting, isn't it? When the other person feels the same pain that you felt. But to tell you the truth, real revenge doesn't hurt them. Real revenge is to show that they don't have any power over you anymore. Your silence says, I'm done, I'm moving on, and you're not even worthy of my words. Think like an athlete. If someone leaves the field screaming after losing the match, people think it's broken. But the one who quietly walks away gets respect. Silence is the ultimate mic drop, meaning, I don't want to prove anything to you. Mark did the same. He wasn't just quiet. He worked on himself. He joined the gym, tried new hobbies, and brought people around him who became his support system. He grew, And when his ex saw his growth, she reached out again. She said sorry, realized it. But until then, Mark didn't need his words. That's real revenge. Point 5. Learning from the pain. Now, don't think that staying quiet means suppressing emotions. Silence means processing your emotions at your own pace. Ask yourself, were there any red flags that you ignored? Did you lower your own standards? There's a quote from The Art of War. Victory warriors win first, then go to war. In a relationship, it means moving forward by understanding yourself. Mark also took months to process his pain. He wrote a journal. He studied therapy. He read books like Attached by Amir Levine, so that he could understand what emotional patterns are. And when he started dating again, he was smarter, more aware, more confident. Betrayal doesn't just take trust. It also tries to steal your self-worth. But remember, they can only take what you let them take. Your silence doesn't just stop words. It takes back your dignity, your strength, and your future. It takes back your self-worth. Point 6. Protecting your energy. When you deal with a toxic person, every message, every conversation, every thought takes away your mental energy. Your silence doesn't just control the reaction. It protects your energy.
Your mind is constantly thinking about the same person, his answers, his behavior, his betrayal. Your entire system gets overwhelmed. But when you intentionally disconnect, you don't get any more replies, no more drama. You set a mental limit. Mark did the same. He muted his phone, took a break from social media, and shifted his attention to his growth. Your thoughts are your real estate. You decide who to give space to. Next time life tests you with a lie, remember, your silence is not a weakness. It's a statement, a reminder that you don't need anyone's validation. And most importantly, this is a step towards healing and growth. So now the question is, what will you choose? Argument and staying stuck, or silence and moving forward? The power is in your hands. If this message connects with you, take a small step. Comment, share your journey, and reclaim your power.